Hey you guys, let me see if I can make this bigger or smaller. I don't know. Hey you guys, I got a couple of minutes because I'm on my way back to work. I hope you guys are having an amazing Friday. Um, I am just coming from a breast cancer celebration over at California Gardens Nursing Home. They thought enough of the breast cancer survivors to have a celebration for us. So I am thankful to Becca. We call her Lil Becca for inviting me as a survivor to come and for them to celebrate. We did a walk and we sat down and we had lunch, and then we also I got gifts, so I was excited about that. So at any rate, I'm on my way back to work, but I wanted to talk about this article that I saw that was posted on Fox News Internet yesterday. It talked about the Mayo Clinic and how they may have a breast cancer vaccine. And so a lot of people was inboxing me, sending me messages about it, like, hey, have you heard of this? Are you excited? And I'm just like, And so this is supposed to be a new it's a cancer vaccine that's supposed to it's supposed to fight triple negative breast cancer, and it's supposed to stop the tumors from growing, and it's also supposed to stop it from coming back. So that's the main thing, is when we have cancer treatment, it goes after those cancer cells. It attacks them, but it also attacks our good cells in our bodies, and it leaves us weak, and it wipes us out. And so this new treatment, which is supposed to be a vaccine, but it's for triple negative breast cancer, so it's not for all breast cancers. So I think that's the trick, is that a lot of people is like, oh, we got a vaccine for breast cancer. No, it just said triple negative breast cancer. So if you have had triple negative breast cancer, you get diagnosed with triple negative breast cancer, then once they're done with the clinical trials and everything is approved, because right now it's still in the clinical trial, right? So this is the Mayo Clinic in Florida. Well, the Department of Defense just gave them a $11 million grant to push this clinical trial ahead, which means that it's real promising. They said they have a few side effects, but you have side effects with every medicine. And so, am I excited about it? I don't know, because it seems like the government, every time we have a potential cure, something always happens to either the person that comes up with the cure or with they don't approve the medicine itself. So I'm waiting to see what's going to happen with this particular clinical trial. So this new anti-cancer vaccine is supposed to deal with those individuals who deal with triple negative breast cancer only. So it's supposed to do what the treatment already does. It's supposed to go after those cancer cells that are in those tumors, and it's supposed to help prevent it from coming back. So we know what they do is they give us chemo and they give us radiation. So the radiation is supposed to, I guess, help it from stop coming back. Or some people are taking medicine after they're done with breast cancer treatment, like tamoxifen or whatever. And so you won't have to do all of that. You would be able to take that vaccine. So the vaccine is going to work to kill the tumor, and then the vaccine is also going to work for that cancer not to come back. So it's two, which we would love, because who wants to sit through chemo? Who wants to sit through radiation when you could just take this vaccine? And what they're trying to figure out now is if we're going to have to do a follow-up, like a booster shot. Like after so many years, are you going to have to go back in and get a booster shot? So it's in the clinical trials right now. So the only thing we can do is we can just hope. And it's so many other breast cancers out there. And there's so many other cancers, over 300 and some cancer diseases that are out there right now, that we would love for them to find a cure for all of them. So for them to even find a vaccine for this one and the HPV, so that's two. And so we can, it's a small win. It's two. So hopefully, since they gave them that $11 million, that they're going to be able to push that clinical trial to the head of everything that they're doing and get us some results. And they said that they have results that are measurable, that this vaccine would allow your own body, your own immune system to fight off diseases, which is what it's supposed to do anyway. But sometimes in life, our immune system gets damaged, our DNA gets damaged, our cells go rogue, and so sometimes it has to be repaired. And the way they repair it is putting this poison in us, right? But with the new vaccine, which seems promising, and again, this is the Mayo Clinic out in Florida who's doing this research, and they've been granted $11 million to go ahead and get us some results that we can start moving this medicine. And it looks like the government is going to approve it because they're giving money for it, Let's see. I'm just wondering, how much is this going to cost an individual to do treatment? So we know chemo, to sit in that chair, is about $3,500 to sit in that chair for one treatment, and maybe some people may be a little more than that. It's about $35 to sit in that chair for that one treatment, and the radiation may be around the same. So I want to know how much this vaccine gonna be, because kids get vaccines all the time. How much do we pay for vaccines? And the government is going to have to make some type of money off of this. They're not just going to say, hey, we found something that's going to be able to attack those cancer cells and stop this cancer from coming back. Anybody who's dealing with triple negative, because triple negative was my breast cancer. And let me just tell you something about triple negative. Triple negative affects African Americans. It's more aggressive than most cancers. It's more, it has a chance of coming back and spreading. So when they gave me my treatment, I asked my doctor, she was like, okay, you done with everything. I'm like, do I need to take any medicine, anything afterwards? Because I know some of my friends are on tamoxifen, and she was like, nope, with triple negative, we don't have anything else for you to take. You've done all the treatment. The only thing, that regimen they have is just treatment because of the type of cancer it is, and they don't know a lot about triple negative. So the fact that they are working on something that's going to help the tumors from attacking the tumors, and not only that, but for it not to reoccur. And I don't care who has had cancer. Everybody who has had cancer worries about that cancer returning. That's one of the biggest fears that you have, is that this cancer is going to return. Every time you get a little headache, an itch, a scratch, a bump, you're thinking this cancer has returned, right? And so for you to be able to take this medicine, this vaccine, and hopefully it does what it's supposed to do, not allow a recurrence, it's a blessing in disguise. But I don't know. I'm going to try to wait to see what happens when they come out with the actual results from the clinical trial. And right now it is promising. Right now it is showing that it is allowing your own immune system to fight off the cancer tumors and to keep the cancer from reoccurring. So they said they already have measurable results. So we're waiting on, I guess, the full clinical trial to come through, so we'll know exactly when this vaccine will be available. And again, they're trying to find out if you have to do a booster too, how long the actual vaccine lasts, because we know with some of the vaccines with us and with our kids, you have to do a booster. So we don't know, but it's promising. Like I said, we have the HPV vaccine, and then and if this one passes, and I got a good feeling that it will. When this one passed, then that's two, you guys. That's two. So, the government can try all it wants to try to keep a cure from coming. But you know what? We serve an awesome God. We serve a God that's bigger than cancer. And if our God wants a cure to come through, then ain't nothing the government can do about it. And so I'm just going to remain hopeful, because I know God did not create us to suffer, and he does not want his people suffering from cancer. And we do know that in life that some people are going to suffer. But there's too many people suffering from cancer right now. And I know that God hears our prayers, and I know that he will answer. And I look at it as him answering with this vaccine. It's a win. It's a win. So I'm just waiting on it to get passed. I'm waiting on the government to say, okay, start issuing it, and then we can go from there. So I got to get back to work again. Thanks for tuning in. I just got through celebrating with Becca. So thank you, Becca, again, for inviting me to her breast cancer awareness walk, the launch, and they gave me a bunch of gifts and stuff. So I'm excited. So I'm going back to work. I just got to go back until 5 o'clock, and then I'm out. So thank you guys for listening. If you did not hear, please be kind and rewind. I'm curious to hear your comments, so please comment. Thank you guys.